So Google has just launched Gemini 2.0, that's its large language AI model, and it has some advantages over Gemini 1.5 and then Gemini 1.0, mainly in the area of multimodal support. Not only can you send text and audio and images into the model, it can now produce text, audio and images. Now some of that stuff isn't fully rolled out yet, however it does have some other interesting features. Now the great thing about Gemini is that you can access it from an API using a programming language like Python, for example. Now in this video I want to show you how you can access Gemini 2.0 for free from a Raspberry Pi 500. Now I've highlighted the Raspberry Pi 500 because it's new, it's just come out. This will equally work on a Raspberry Pi 4, on a Raspberry Pi 5, in fact on just about any Linux machine, on Mac OS and on Windows. In fact, whatever you learn here, if you know some Python, you can get this working just about anywhere. So if you want to find out more, please let me explain. Okay, so Google has announced Gemini 2.0, and the great thing about Google's AI offerings is you can access them via an API. That means from Python, from JavaScript, from Go and so on, for free. If you use, for example, OpenAI, you're going to need to pay some money to do that. Here, Google allows you to do it for free. There is some rates, but I mean, it's like 15 requests a minute, so you can actually do quite a lot on this, and you're going to get access to it. So we're going to use Gemini 2.0 with the Raspberry Pi 500, and we're going to write ourselves a bit of code. Now of course Google has lots of documentation, and you can find that on the Google developers website. Here is all the documentation. These are telling you all the things that are new in Gemini 2.0, multimodal, live API and so on, and it also shows you the Python code that you need to be able to access it, and that's what we're going to be doing on the Pi 500. Now the first thing you're going to need is an API key. So you go over to Google AI Studio, you log in with your Google account, and then you can go into the AI key section. You can say create me an API key. That will give you a long string of digits and letters which you need to save, because we'll be using that in a moment over on the Pi 500. However, before we go to the Pi 500, I wanted to show you one of the features that we're going to be using. Now the first thing is you need to go over to here and select the model. Previously you'd have been using Gemini 1.5 Flash if you wanted to use the free one. We're going to now make sure we're using Gemini 2.0 Flash. Now if I ask it a question, here is what was the result of the last match Arsenal played in the Premier League. That is a soccer team based in the UK, for those of you who are not from this part of the world. And if I ask Google this answer, it's not going to give me current information. The last Premier League match Arsenal played was on Sunday, May 19th, 2024 against Everton, and they won 2-1. Well, I'm making this video now in December 2024. You could be watching this even later, and that information is way out of date, 6 months out of date at least. So this is the problem with large language models when it comes to the current affairs. News, weather, sport, so on, it doesn't have that information because there's a cut-off date. Now with Gemini you can use a thing called grounding, and grounding means I want the results to be grounded to relevant sources, in this case Google search, so that I know that the information I'm getting is grounded, it's fixed to today's stuff. So if I ask it that same question now, but I'm using grounding, it will go ahead and also check those results in Google. And it's gone ahead and said the last Premier League match Arsenal played was on Sunday, December the 8th. Well, that's much better. Against Fulham, and the match ended in a 1-1 draw. And then it'll actually give me the sources to where I can find that information. So now I can access Google's Gemini 2.0 Flash AI model from Python and get the latest results via Google search and allow it to work on those for me. And I've got them all in Python, which means I can do whatever I want with that information then and build whatever amazing apps I want. Well, let's go over to the Pi 500 and actually look at that. Okay, so here I am on the Pi 500. I've installed Microsoft VS Code, and I've got a new file called news.py for Python that I'm running. Now, before we show you the code, there's a few things you need to note. You're going to need to set up what is called a Python virtual environment, and you do that by saying Python -m and then VN, virtual environment, and then the name of a directory. And the directory I'm using is home Gary source Gemini. You put it in whatever directory you want to put it in. And that's where I'm going to have my virtual environment for the stuff that I'm installing related to Google's model. I then need to go into that directory, cd source Gemini, and then I need to run the pip command to install Google's Python libraries that allow me to access Gemini 2.0 Flash. But note here at the beginning it says bin/pip, and the reason for that is because I'm using the version of pip in my virtual environment which has been put into that directory. So inside that directory there's a bin folder. In that folder you've got Python and pip and so on, and I want to run that. And it's the same thing later on when I actually want to run the actual script, which we'll do later because at the moment there's nothing in there. But when we want to run that script, we want to use bin Python, the one from my virtual environment. Okay, so now what I need to do is write some code. Okay, now here's the code. It's about 30 lines in total, 20 lines by the time you remove kind of comments and blank lines. Really, very simple bit of code. So the first few lines are just importing the stuff to do with Google and also importing the date and time. Why the date and time? Because we want to actually put in our query, in our prompt, today's date. And that will really make sure it's grounded in what's happening today. So I can say, give me this information as of today. And so that's why we get today's date, and then it won't be tempted to give me information from, May, from 6 months ago. Then what we do is we set up the client, and that's the API key that I mentioned earlier. By the time this video goes live, I will have deleted this key and it will not work. And then I want to make sure that I'm using the Gemini 2.0 Flash model, EXP at the end, because it's still experimental. Okay, and then you set up this Python stuff that Google show you in their docs. Basically, I'm saying I want to use Google search, which is what we were talking about. It's going to be grounded. But the important thing is this here. Find the latest tech news headlines in the USA and Europe for today. The line goes on. Okay, for today, and then I use that formatted date, so it grounds it to today, and generate a list of top 10 most important stories along with a brief summary of each story. So basically I'm saying to Gemini, go ahead, use Google search, make sure you're grounded in today's date, and once you've got that information, create me a list and create me a list with all the summaries. So it's doing all that work for me and then creating me this list. Of course, you can imagine you can do this for absolutely anything you like. Sports results, weather, tech news, whatever it is that you want to do, latest stuff about whatever area it is you're interested in, and you can get it all to come back in Python, and then you can go on and do whatever you like with it. And then basically you just go through and print out the results. Normally there's only one, but if you have a more complicated request here, then there can be multiple response. So that's it, 30 lines of code there. You can just cut and paste it, change that prompt to be whatever you want it to be. And so let's run it and see how it works. Okay, so I'm going to say bin/Python, again, virtual environment, run news.py. Okay, so there it's come back with all the stories. 10 of them I asked for, 6 digital banking startup lead Europe, according to the digital banking startup are dominated. So it's giving me a summary. Google claims breakthrough with new quantum chip. Google has announced a breakthrough. Again, the summary. Nvidia, Amazon, TikTok. So all of these here are stories that it's gone and got for me, grounded in today. These are not 6 months ago stories. I've got them from an LLM. I've told the LLM what I want to do with it. You could ask it to do anything you like with that information. Now, it's now giving it back to me here. It's now in Python, and then I can do whatever I want with it. You can ask it to come back in different formats. You could translate it. You can rewrite it. You can do whatever you can do with LLMs, as well as I do. Here it is, programmatically for free. So what we got, Google's new Gemini 2.0 Flash model, using it for free, coming back in Python, but grounded with current today's date information, not from a cutoff date that's built into the LLM. And it's all in Python, and I can do whatever I want now with that information. Okay, so there you have it, Gemini 2.0 Flash. You can access it over an API for free from a Raspberry Pi, from a Linux machine, Mac OS, Windows, whatever it is you're using. Basically the same ideas. Love to hear how you're going to use that yourself. Just imagine all that data you can get and then what you can do with it. Sentiment analysis, rewriting text, summarization. There's just so much that can happen. You write yourself a bit of Python, put it into your workflow, into what you're using, and see what you can get out. Love to hear how you're using it in the comments below. Okay, my name's Gary Sims. This is Gary Explains. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you like these kind of videos, hey, stick around, subscribe to the channel. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.